People who consider themselves rational often grow accustomed, at least in private, to being sharply, even mercilessly mocking toward anything they label as superstition. They ridicule those who pin their romantic hopes on the movement of planets, who believe that the alignment of Saturn and Jupiter might change their fortunes, who pray to unseen forces for healing, or who close their eyes and imagine that sheer willpower can bend reality to their desires. To the rational mind, all of this appears painfully naive. How could anyone seriously believe that the universe listens to wishes? How could stars, spirits, or silent thoughts possibly intervene in the complex machinery of reality? From a strictly scientific standpoint, this skepticism may be justified. There is little evidence that human lives are shaped by horoscopes, divine interventions, or whispered hopes. The world does not seem to revolve according to astrological charts, nor does it reliably respond to prayer or ritual. But focusing only on this misses the deeper point. What many self-satisfied rationalists fail to recognize is that their rationality is not, and never was, purely an intellectual achievement. It is not proof of superior logic or sharper reasoning. More often than not, it is simply the result of good fortune, something they rarely acknowledge or feel grateful for. It is luck rather than intelligence that has spared them from moments of unbearable desperation. Luck has kept them from falling to their knees begging for a miracle. Luck has protected them from seeking comfort in signs, symbols, or predictions when reality became too painful to endure. They remain calm and reasonable because their child is not dying of an incurable disease, because their partner did not vanish without explanation after years of shared life, because their finances have not collapsed to the point where tomorrow feels like a threat. From this position of safety, they can step back and trust in the orderly progress of science and reason. But this calm detachment is not a moral virtue, it is a privilege. If rational people exercised greater emotional imagination, they might hesitate before scornfully dismissing the beliefs of others. They do not need to agree with superstition nor abandon scientific thinking. They only need to recognize that belief is often not born from ignorance, but from pain. Those who cling to superstition are not less intelligent or less aware. They are simply suffering more. They face harsher odds, deeper losses, and uncertainties that demand emotional shelter when logic alone no longer provides comfort. The true roots of rationality do not lie in reason itself, but in a sense of safety, in the feeling that reality can be accepted as it is, that loved ones will be kind, that bodies will continue to function, that financial systems will hold, that children will remain safe. All of us can afford to be rational until our luck runs out. Belief is not a measure of stupidity, it is often a measure of despair, and what we call rationality may be nothing more than a temporary luxury granted by stability. Instead of mocking those who pray or cling to hope, perhaps we should feel grateful that we have not yet been driven to that edge, and quietly hope that the day never comes when our only remaining option is to lift our hands toward the unknown and ask for mercy.